Hey everybody, this is Peter with Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're back to take a look at another Freely Publishing product. I'm super excited to say that we now have the Dragonbane core set box here and ready to unbox. So this is not going to be an in-depth review of this product. We'll come back and do another one of those later, but today we're just going to do a quick unboxing to show you what's inside. We have done a few videos about Dragonbane in the past. We have one with the quick start rule set, where you learn a little bit about how the game was going to be played. And then we also did a review of the PDF that you would receive if you ordered this core set from freelypublishing.com. But today we're going to unbox it. Let's head down to the table. We'll open it up and let's see what's inside. All right, everybody. So we're down to the table with Dragonbane Mirth and Mayhem role-playing, and we're going to go ahead and open up this box and take a look at what is inside. But the first thing to do is read the back of the box. In the oldest times, the world was ruled by dragons and demons. They were the primordial forces through which the world and its primeval matter was formed. They were opposing principles that made the world complete. Law and order versus chaos and madness, dragons versus demons. Dragonbane is a classic fantasy tabletop role-playing game full of magic, mystery, and adventure. It is designed from the ground up to facilitate fast and furious play with very little prep time and adventures that are a breeze to run. Dragonbane is a game with room for laughs at the table, while still offering brutal challenges for the adventurers. This boxed core set includes a rule book with fast and effective D20-based game rules for character creation, skills, combat, magic, and travel. Adventures book with 11 complete adventures to be played separately or tied together in the epic Secret of the Dragon Emperor campaign. The booklet Alone in Deepfall Breach, letting you play Dragonbane solo. Huge full-color map of the Misty Vale, illustrated playing cards for adventures, treasure, and more. 10 transparent polyhedral dice, including 2 custom D20s, 5 pre-generated characters, 5 blank character sheets, cardboard standees for characters and monsters, and a double-sided battle mat. That is right, everybody. This is the Dragonbane core set. And like everything else that Free League does, they have just chock full made this box just full of everything. It's going to be awesome. So let's go ahead and open it up. And let's take a look at everything inside. All right. This is an incredibly hefty box. You can tell that it's full of stuff. The cover is awesome. I love this illustration. And let's go ahead, pull off the top, get inside. All right, so inside we have our dice. Like they said, these are really cool. I like that it's matching. We've got a matching set of dice. We've got this green cover going on here. We've got a nice set of clear green plastic dice. And like they said, these are some custom dice, and that is because on the D20s, if you roll a 1, that's considered your critical success, and it is known as a dragon. And then if you roll a 20, then it is a critical failure. That is a demon. And I love this because if you can see it, I'm going to try to get close with it. It might be a little blurry, but it looks like a demon's skull, but the horns coming off the demon make your number 20, which I think is fantastic. And then the centerpiece of your dragon looks like the 1. So you've got 2 of those D20s that have those 2 special symbols on them. And then it looks like you've got 4 D6s, you've got a D8, a D4, and a D10, and a D12. Yeah. So pretty much everything you need there to play your game. You could obviously use these for other RPGs as well if you want to, but it's nice that the D20s have those special symbols on them. Really, really nice. And then we get our adventure cards and our treasure cards. Games catalog comes in every single one of the boxes, lets you know about all the other fantastic games that Free League does. We've got some plastic stands for our standees that are going to come with this. I can't wait to see the standees in person. I've seen the PDF version of them, so the illustrations, but I'm looking forward to actually seeing what they look like in here. So yeah, let's go ahead and open up these cards real fast. take a look at a few of those. All right, so we've got the adventure cards. These are really nice material, good sturdy cards. I like that. And then we've got a crap ton of treasure cards. And the treasure cards, again, just what they say, each one of them will show you an image. So chalice, we have a chalice. We get a value here that is so many D6s times so much gold coins. And this is just a nice way to hand out, give your players something physical to hold when you tell them what treasure they have found. So I think that's a really cool idea. I like that a lot. So the treasure cards, same idea here. We have our adventure cards, and these are tying into the adventures book that we're going to see here in a second inside the box. Each one of these gives a little bit of lore for the adventure that you're sending the players on. So right at the beginning of the adventure, you could hand out the card, they could read that. Or I think I mentioned in one of the other videos about Dragonbane, you could utilize this as like a randomization tool. You could just shuffle the cards, flip one over, and that's the adventure that you're going to be running that session. I think that would be a fun way to utilize these as well. And then we have more treasure cards over here. More treasure cards, and then we also have the improvised weapons cards, and and the initiative cards. That's right. So initiative, again, when the game starts, everyone is going to randomly be drawing initiative cards to see in which order they go into combat. And then the improvised weapons, I think, are really fun. You're going to have all sorts of stuff in here showing where you can use it. Now, something I'm noticing that is different between these cards and the cards that I looked at in the PDF version. The PDF version of these improvised weapons, I believe it was the improvised weapons, kind of gave you locations where they were thinking you would probably run into some of these items. So like the boiling cauldron down at the bottom of the card, it mentioned specifically a tavern or an inn. And then the stalactite specifically mentioned you would probably find this in a cave or a dungeon. And then the low branch, if you're like in a forest, the wasp nest in a forest. So it looks like in the PDF version of the cards, they had the locations that they thought you would use them and find them in mentioned, but on the actual physical cards, that's not there anymore. So that's an interesting difference between the cards that you see here in the box and the cards that you might receive as a PDF version of the game. All right, so that's interesting. I wonder why they might have made that difference there. All right, we just have a kind of a quick getting started piece of paper here. All right, nice little piece of art on it, and then we have our rules book. So the rules book here is paperback, which if you've gotten a lot of Free Leagues materials before, a lot of these boxed sets come with paperbacks rather than hardcovers, unless you get the Forbidden Lands box set. That comes with 2 hardcovers. But these are bigger, and they are paperback. And again, I know I've mentioned it, but this work of art is one of the works of art that sold me on this game back when they were kickstarting it. So everything you need in order to run the game or know how to play the game is here in your rules book. We've done a video before going over the quick start guide, talking about how the game is played. This is a D20 system. They're not using most of the Free League games use the D6s. This is the D20. And the idea here is that you're going to be rolling under the numbers. So whatever your skill is that you're using, you're going to roll the die, and you're looking to roll under that skill to see if you succeed or not. And so as you progress and your skill level goes up, it will be easier to roll under that number in order to succeed. So I kind of like that. I think that's a fun idea. There's no DC or difficulty class that you're rolling against. You're just rolling against your skill number. And so you just roll the D20 and see if you get it or not. You don't have to add anything to that or subtract anything from that, at least not initially. So, but yeah, everything you need rules wise right here inside the Dragonbane rules book. And then we have the Dragonbane Adventures book. So this is the book that has 11 pre-made adventures for you to take your players on. You get a nice map here at the front. And then you have your adventures. As always, love all of the art and the maps that Free League provides inside their books. So 11 pre-made adventures ready to run for your players. And then if you're really wanting to dive into the game and you don't have anybody to run for you or to play with you, they give you this one standalone solo player character adventure, which I think is a nice addition. It's not a very big book. It's pretty small. I believe it's only it's around 12 pages long. But I think this is a really nice idea and hopefully something that they will continue to do for the game, seeing as in a few of their games, Forbidden Lands being one of them most recently, they're leaning into providing solo options for players. And I like that they're doing that here with Dragonbane as well. And hopefully they'll continue to bring out maybe some of these short adventures, whether they're purchased on their own or they might come in their own book for solo play as a possibility. All right, next up we have our decent sized fold out map here of the Misty Vale, which this is not going to be the best image of it, but there it is. Really nice looking map. I like that a lot. Beautiful colors. And again, like all of their fold out maps, it is a really heavy duty, sturdy piece of paper that this is printed on, and it looks really, really nice. And then the back, this is really cool. The back of the map has a special thanks to all of the top backers who backed this game on Kickstarter. And there is a slew of names on here. So if you're somebody who backed this game, and you were one of the top backers, then your name is probably on the back of this map, which is pretty awesome. All right, and then we do have a double-sided mat to play on, made out of the same material pretty much here as this big map. Looks like we've got more of a forest floor or a swampy floor. And then we have tiles for inside buildings or possible dungeons. So there you go for running your combats. Then we have all of our character sheets, some pre-made ones and some blank ones that you can utilize for your game of Dragonbane. Here's what the blank one looks like. Gives you the location, the information that you can put on there, and then they're double-sided, so you can do one character on one side and a whole nother character on the other side, unless you're using the awesome pre-made characters, which come with nice full art for each of the characters, some information about them, and then they're already filled out sheet on the back. I like that there's pre-made and blank ones. That's fantastic. And then this is what I've been really looking forward to. I've seen a lot of the other things, and I've seen pictures of these, but I wanted to see how good these standees are. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not disappointed. The thickness on these is really nice. The art has been really well printed onto them, and it's on both sides. That looks really, really nice. That looks really good. It's good. It's sturdy. It's not going to bend very easily. I'd have to really push against it to bend that. So I'm glad that they're not flimsily made. But again, I'm not surprised. This is Free League Publishing. They always go all out when it comes to their products. So we've got a dragon here. We've got a giant spider. Looks like a griffin. One of their trolls or giants. Yeah. Now, there are 2 sheets here. Yeah. Troll, we have some player characters. So you're going to have plenty of player characters. And then you're going to have quite a few of the bad guys, the minions. And I'm sure all of these are going to tie in then to the adventures that are in the adventures book. So that is everything that is inside this core set. And a quick review of it is, I think this is fantastic. The standees, I'm really impressed by the level of detail that went into those. Those are really well made. As always, love the fact that we get some pre-made character sheets and some blank ones. The pre-made ones, more than likely, I'll end up laminating at some point in time so that they're not getting all beat up after I use them a bunch. It's just nice that they offer us a little battle map so that we can do our combats on those in case we don't already have something at home. Nice map of our Misty Vale here, solo adventure, 11 pre-written adventures, huge rules book, and then we get everything else. We got tons of cards here for rolling our initiative, for adding in, choosing what adventures we're going to run, getting some improvised weapons and some treasure, and our dice, and our stands for our standees. So everybody, that is the amazing, the beautiful, the well thought out and executed Dragonbane Mirth and Mayhem role-playing core set by Free League Publishing. If you've watched the video and you like the look of this, I definitely suggest go out and pick up a copy over at freelypublishing.com. I believe it's still currently under pre-order, but like I was saying, as I talked about this, when you pre-order this, you get the PDF right away. And so you can start running the game using the PDF, and then know that once this arrives, you can get this to your table, get those standees on the table with the battle map, run some adventures for your players. So everybody, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give the video a like, maybe subscribe to the channel, and definitely head over to freelypublishing.com to check out all of their awesome games, including Dragonbane. And you can also head over to tabletopgamingguild.com to learn a little bit more about us and what we're up to. But until we talk again, everybody, keep on playing games.